I'd like to thank you all so much, Linda, for what you've done in organising all of what's going on here. It's no exaggeration to say none of this would be happening without Linda's efforts. Thanks also, Auntie Jenny, and all of the Auntie Jenny over there waving, and all the bridesmaids who this lights something magical later on. They spent a great deal of time and effort making this look as terrific as it does. So thank you all. Linda, you've been responsible for this event, most of it, and you've also been responsible for the reason for it by bringing up this wonderful woman sitting next to me. I know it can't have been easy. I obviously think you made a brilliant job of it. Speaking of doing a good job of difficult upbringing, we come to my mum. At this point, I'm supposed to relate a humorous anecdote to show what a hard time she had bringing me up. It's hard to think of one. Sorry, it's hard to think of just one. I could tell you about the time she smashed my Walkman with the rolling pin. Justifiably, some might say.
Sorry, I'm just
or the time she forgot to pick me up after a school trip, or the time that I bought her a lovely sterling silver letter opener. But I think the one. Ask her. I think the one I want to tell you about involves Star Wars. Thank you. I liked Star Wars when I was a kid, and it's fair to say I was obsessed by it, and in particular the little figures you could get. There's millions of them now. You go in Toys R Us, there's all kinds of. But when I was a kid, before Carla was born, there were only 12, and some of them were really rare and hard to get. And my mum, being a single mum living in her mum's house, didn't get out much. So when her office ran a trip to York, it was a nice opportunity for her to get out and see the beautiful old city, the walls, the Minster and so on, and to have a bit of social time to herself with her friends and her colleagues. And all I knew was there were toy shops in York, better toy shops that might possibly have that 12th Star Wars figure that I didn't have. And I might have pestered a little bit in the hope that rather than have an agreeable day in a beautiful city with her friends, she might instead choose to troll around every toy shop she could find so she could spend some of her hard-earned money on a little bit of plastic. This little bit of plastic. I haven't got this off eBay, this is the actual one. This was not by a long way the biggest sacrifice you made for me bringing me up.
Oh.
But it's the only one I can fit in my pocket. Thanks for everything.
Oh.
I'd like to thank the bridesmaids, because that's traditional. We love you all. You all look fabulous, and you did a fantastic job on all of this. I think we've got some gifts for you. They're wearing their gifts, that's it. Nobody tells me anything. It's a need-to-know basis. I'd like to thank Stephen. Thank you. I already am. I'd like to thank Stephen for agreeing to be my best man since he recovered from the shock of the news that I was getting married in the first place. He's been a voice of calm stability when I've been nervous, which has been great. And when I looked for advice on writing this speech, the guide said I should take this opportunity before he releases his torrent of abuse on me to get in a belittling comment of my own. Well, I'm not going to do that. Stephen's quite belittled enough already. There you go. Obviously, I know. And obviously I'd like to thank all my groomsmen. Steve, thank you. Paul, there he is. Chris, there he is. And my stepdad, Ian, Jem. I'd like to thank Eileen for organising the venue and catering, and obviously I especially need to thank Katherine, world's best next door neighbour, the cake, and also far more than that, because it was Katherine who brought Carla to me. Aww. Which brings me to Carla, my wife. Can I I say about this person? It's changed my life when I was least expecting it, when I was basically ready to settle in and not ever have it change again. He just turned up, tousled and hung over one Saturday morning in my house. The second time we met, months later, Steve met her too, and in a private moment said to me, "I can see why you've been going on about her." And I've been going on about her. I had been going on about her. I must have been. It's at this point I have the opportunity to say something to all my married friends. I didn't know what you had. I had no idea. This feeling I have for this woman, this complete 100% certainty, this overwhelming sense of connection and oneness. If this is what you've had, those people you've all been married to all this time, I can only say I envy you, because I've only had it since I found Carla. Before that, I never even knew it existed. I certainly didn't know you had it, and I'm struggling to even describe it. It's amazing when it hits you, and it hits me every time I look at it.
Aww.
It's amazing I ever get anything done. I love you. Here's to Carla. Finally, I'd like to hand over to my best man, and I'd like to remind everyone, the well-known amnesiac fantasist.